Did you know that you can change the Java version that AnyLogic uses to compile your models? Hi, I'm Jacobin and welcome to the AnyLogic Modelers YouTube channel. Now maybe a better question should be, why would you want to change the Java version that AnyLogic uses? Well, possibly one of two reasons. Either you want to make use of the new features and functionality present in a newer Java version, or you've got a very specific library that requires some specific version of Java to run. But let me show you how to do this by making use of an example. Granted, this example might be a little bit outdated since the latest versions of AnyLogic uses Java 17, but prior to AnyLogic 8.9, I regularly found myself changing the Java version from 11, which was in AnyLogic prior to 8.9, to Java 17 or even higher. So let's look at the following example. So here on main, I've got an agent population called my agents, and the my agents all have two variables, which is their age, and then a vehicle variable, which is a reference to a vehicle agent. And inside the vehicle agent, we've got our fuel level. Now, if on main, we've got this little piece of code here where we want to find the first agent with an age greater than 10, and then trace out that agent's vehicle's fuel level, and we run it as is. Now, some advanced programmers or experienced AnyLogic users will immediately spot that there's a potential issue in here. So if I hit the find agent button, we see we've got a null pointer exception. And using the hyperlinks here in the console does not give us any more insight, as it will just direct us to this line. And we don't know where the null pointer is coming from. Is the agent null or is the agent's vehicle null, right? But if we were to go and add in Java 17, as you can see here in this version, the older version of AnyLogic where it still uses 11, I've had 17 and 21, which I've used for various projects. And we run the model now using 17. When we now click on the Find Agent button, it actually tells us explicitly it can't read the field vehicle because the agent is null. And then this gives you the insight that, listen, it couldn't find an agent with an age above 10. That's why the my agent was null. So this is very valuable and provides you that additional level of details, especially in complex models with complex formulas. Now, the actual steps to add a new Java Runtime Environment or JRE is as follows. Well, first you'll need to download a JRE from a reputable site. So for example, you can use the Azul Java packages. If you scroll down here to the bottom, you'll be able to choose your Java version. So let's choose 22 operating system. I'm going to show how to do this on Mac. And architecture for this, we'll choose 86, and then you can choose the JRE because we don't need the development kit, we just need the runtime environment, and it will then download it as a zip file. So once the download has finished, you can click on this, and then you'll see inside there would be a specific folder for Zulu 22 JRE, the contents, and the home folder. Now if you go to AnyLogic, and you click on the AnyLogic icon at the top in Mac and go to settings, you'll be able to find these advanced settings. We'll go to Java, installed JREs. If we add here, click on add JRE, we just add a standard virtual machine. We can now choose the home location. So if we go to our directory and we choose in the downloaded folder, here contents, they said the home folder, so here's the home folder, okay, and you can see that it's already identified the JRE system libraries, and I'll just call this one Java 22. We're not going to add anything else, and now it's ready to be utilized in our models. Now, in order to do this on Windows, it's a little bit more complex. If you go to your application folder inside your program files, you will see that there's a folder called JRE inside the AnyLogic application folder, and you need to replace this contents with the Java version that you want to use. Now, even though the folder name is saying JRE, you actually need to use a JDK, a Java Development Kit. So on the Azul website, when you download, you have to choose here from the Java packages JDK. So in this case, I'm going to download Java 22 operating system. We're going to download the Windows one, and then once we've downloaded this, we're going to unzip it. And once you unzip it, you put it into this location and you replace the JRE. So I've already done this here. I've got 11, and obviously the latest version of AnyLogic uses Java 17, so you can't do backwards Java versions. That doesn't always work. And here JRE, the default one here is the Java 17, and so now I've got Java 22 in here. So if I open up AnyLogic, you'll see I'm using this new sequence set, which started being available in Java 21, and I've got this sequence set cannot be resolved to a type. So I'm simply gonna close AnyLogic again. Then I'm going to change this JRE into JRE 17, which is the original one that was provided with AnyLogic. I'm going to change the JRE 22, which is essentially the JDK that I downloaded from the Azure website. And now if I open up AnyLogic again, it's going to use that JDK 22 that's residing in the JRE folder. And now if we open up our model and we hit the compile or the build button, we'll see that it compiles without any issues. The important thing here to remember is that if you use a specific version of Java or some special version of Java, that you'll need to include this in your exported model, or make sure that the user or the client or the server where you're going to be running your exported version of the model has that exact same Java version. Now, I've created a separate video. You can click on the top right hand corner here if you want to figure out how you can embed or package a JRE with your exported model version so that your client doesn't need to download Java, or you don't need to install Java, or you're using a very specific version of Java. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this helpful, please hit the like button or subscribe. Thank you.